Hi, guys. All right, so let's see what that portal energy brought in for the rest of the year. What is it that we're going to experience? I'm already starting to channel and I'm getting a lot of transformation energy that's coming in. I know this year is almost done, but we are still shifting and still transforming. This has been a massive year of endings, of multiple cycles, not just one cycle, not just individually, but across the entire stage. On top of that, there's several doors that we're closing in our individual lives. So we're really feeling this energy, and I'm seeing that there's more transformation coming. I'm also seeing a lot of inner child energy coming to the forefront. So perhaps there's a lot of wound healing that's being done right now. But I feel like a lot of people are going back to their original purposes, the things that they wanted ever since they were younger, or a first love that called to you, whether it's music or art or whatever. It's just something that actually makes you feel good. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be going back to that. But let's begin. This is going to be a big reading, so let's see what's coming up. Okay, the answers that you need are coming. I'm looking at this though. What's coming up? Void of course moon is nothing will come of this situation. So I might need to dig into what that is, but it's like something starts, something stops, something definitely ends. I've said it before, but this is a year of nine. It's a year of transitions, change, and endings. So there are going to be some final doors closing, and I'm going to take a look at what that is. We're just getting started, but also the answers you need are coming. So if you've been having questions about certain things in your life, particularly with decisions that you need to make, you'll get more clarity coming up. All right. Bring love into a situation with the new moon in Aquarius. This feels like something needs to be balanced. Also, self love. I've been hearing that a lot lately, and a lot of self love um, messages out there makes you feel like you need to be taking bubble baths or something. But self love is really about choosing yourself. It's not necessarily about, the aesthetic of ease, not when you have to schedule it in the middle of all the other things that you're already doing, right? But self love is picking yourself first. So if you feel like taking a break and not doing anything, not feeling guilty if you're saying no to someone asking you to go out or do something for them or help them with something, if you really don't have it to give, you'll be giving that back to yourself, recharging your own battery. Boom, we've got Aquarius and Aquarius, both the new and the full moon. When I tell you, you're going to be pouring back into yourself. Yes, this message is show the world the real you. That really feels like it's you picking you. I said earlier with the channeled messages I was getting that it's like your childhood, and this may not be all the way back from childhood, but it's something that you wanted to do, right? If you wanted to be a dancer, you're going to start getting back into dancing. If you wanted to work on your art, if you're always upset that you don't have time to work on it like you want to, that is what you're going to be doing, or you're being called to do that. So take a look at that. There's something there. You have a win win outcome forecast, and you're being told to believe the impossible. So, this makes me feel nothing will come of this situation, that this is something that needed to end anyway. And I'll look into that because what it is that you want to do, this self love, this returning to yourself, um, this is happening. It's like spirit is saying go full speed ahead on that, and believe in the impossible, because it may feel like with your current situation, the way that your life is set up right now, that things will not be possible for you, or you just don't see a way. It's probably that you're not really seeing the full path. You don't really see how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be. I'm getting baby steps. I'm taking not skipping, or getting not skipping any steps, and be a little bit more practical. Sometimes you see exactly where you want to be and you start operating from the end of the story, forgetting that you need to start at the beginning, right? If you want to travel from point A to point B, you have to take that path. You can't just automatically be where you want to be at. I hope that makes sense. Sorry. Let me get some more clarity on this void of course moon. This one kind of snapped up. Hmm. Hmm. It's the fact that all of these cards are saying make time for prayer. Spirituality is a priority. Heavenly beings speak to you. You're already being told what it is that you need to do. Whatever ending this is, or whatever it is that you're afraid of, nothing is going to happen there. Let go of denial. Don't be too trusting. You got to balance your emotions, balance your diet. Diet doesn't always have to mean food. If that does for you, you will automatically know that. But it's more like your intake output. What are you absorbing? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Are you taking their advice? Are you letting people talk you into fear based? Listen, I'm losing my words. Are you letting other people talk you into being afraid of something that you want for yourself? For example, if you wanted to get into music or go back to school, are you letting people tell you that you're too young or too old and you're believing them? Maybe stop telling other people your ideas if that sounds like you. Let go of denial and don't be too trusting. This really sounds like other people. Other people that say no to something that you say that you want, especially if you find a way to make it practical for yourself to get it done without risking your current stability. If you can make time for it, you can do it. People may be telling you it's not the right time. Things are not stable right now. That may be some things that you're hearing. Make a plan. You can absolutely do what it is that you need to do. Making time for prayer, heavenly beings speaking to you, and make spirituality a priority. This means tap into yourself. So if you are talking to others, maybe kind of stop and go within. And I'm not trying to be facetious, but if you're telling other people your goals and you're not taking time to plan it out, it's like you're seeking approval in a sense from other people. It's like you want other people to co-sign for you so that you don't feel like you're doing too much, but you don't have to do that. You can absolutely validate your own goals, your own thoughts, the things that you want to do. If you want to do them, make a plan and then just go ahead and do it. There are a lot of people that start things without the permission of others. And if they do let people in on the things that they want to do, they will hear a lot of no's, a lot of doubts, a lot of disbeliefs. But once they become successful because they do not give up in whatever it is that they want to do, you'll hear people saying, I knew they could do it all along. Like, do not listen to other people, okay? Especially if they're telling you no and they're just throwing doubts in your way. You don't need that. We could do that all by ourselves, right? Let me see if I can get a little more information on this because it's just so interesting to me. But you're definitely being told to tap in, tune into yourself, tune into your ancestors, tune into your spirit team. Pay attention to synchronicities because you're already getting messages. You've been given the sign. Okay. Be resilient. Also think of others. That's interesting. But you know what's also standing out to me is like too much kindness. Hmm. No, this is I'm sorry, I'm getting the same message. It's being resilient despite others. Be resilient. Go, don't be afraid to go on your own path. You've been given a sign. So some of this may resonate, some of it may not. What is resonating though, that is your sign. It's another way of spirit speaking to you and telling you to follow the path. Your sign is not always going to come with, you know, other people telling you specifically, yes, this is what you need to do. Go ahead and do it. Sometimes you have to be the person to hear that call from within. It's an internal call, and then move toward your path. Okay. So you have been given signs. If you're seeing your algorithm act funny, that's intentional. Just pay attention to what's going on around you, because spirit doesn't always make it obvious. Sometimes you need to actually just pay attention to what you're seeing. Okay. Let me get this cleared up. I'm going to move right into tarot so we can see what's going on. If you are worried about stability for yourself and your family, you're being told that everyone is safe. Your family, your stability is safe. Your hard work is paying off, and be confident about what it is that you're going to do. The fact that these are all new moons, Capricorn, Cancer, and Leo, it's talking about new beginnings. My bad, that's the alarm. Okay, so this is all talking about new beginnings. These signs could be significant to you, Capricorn, Cancer, Leo, or this could be talking about these seasons. Capricorn season will be coming up shortly. Something that you're starting is going to be moving through. This is like in succession, too, in order. Follow the steps. Follow your steps. Start at the beginning. Don't start at the end of your journey, right? So, if you are trying to start a business, for example, start at the beginning, start with what you have. Don't start off trying to be like Amazon, and have a warehouse and stuff, and you haven't even marketed yourself yet. So start at the beginning. Okay, so this is going to be the energy for the rest of this year, which, like I said earlier, it's going to keep on coming. And let's take a look at what came out. You have decisions to make, and you're going to be in a position where you'll have to defend the decisions that you make. Listen, a lot of that can be helped if you don't talk to other people. Silence is golden. But if you must, only you know your situation, um, defend your goals, defend what it is that you want to do. Stand up for yourself. If it's a goal, if it's a hobby, if it's you going back to school, or even if it's just the fact that you want to sleep when you get back home instead of going out and doing other things, defend that. You don't even need to explain things to anybody. No is a complete sentence. But here with the Seven of Wands, this card normally takes a look at what has happened in the past, what happened to other people. You know, that message is coming through pretty strongly, right? So for example, if you're the tired person, right? What happened to other people that kept giving and giving and giving without giving to themselves? If this is your story, what is happening to you now that you're giving and giving and giving? Are you also receiving? Are you being guilted if you people trying to make you feel guilty if you try to take a break, Just think about that, because you're in the middle of the storm having to make this decision for yourself. And the fact that you're in the middle of it is not necessarily, um, well, you know what? Yes, it is. It is a test. It's like, here you have all this going on around you right now. What are you going to do? Because you've been saying that you need a rest, or you need a break, or whatever it is. You've been saying you want to go back to school. Here now you have the time. What are you going to do? So you're being asked to step up for yourself, defend your position, not necessarily defend against another person, but to yourself. Stand your ground, hold the line. All right, let's move on. So, this is the star as your foundation. And being that this is your foundation, it's like you're in the position to have a lot of your goals being realized. But listen, if you already have a full plate, you may need to move some things off of that plate in order to put something else on. It may be that something you're aligning with is calling for you to remove something that you know you're not in harmony with whatsoever. So you have blessings coming down. It's like spirit is making space for your dreams to come true, okay? Spirit is making space for the things that you said that you wanted, but you're going to need to participate in this. They can't do it all for you. So they're making the space. Things are ending. That's the theme of this year to the T. So things are ending and it's intentional. Some of you may be trying to keep some things going, not realizing that the door is closing to make way for something else to come through. So, whatever it is that's supposed to be coming through for you, and things are ending, cycles are ending, just allow them to end. You also have the Knight of Pentacles. So, you're going to need to be a little bit practical about what it is that's coming in for you, because it's going to be slow and steady. Think beginning, right? You're starting at the beginning. So, try not to skip ahead, because I feel like whatever this goal is, or whatever it is, you've been wanting it for a while. So it's like you can almost taste the end, but you still have to go through all the steps. Okay. So that's what this is reminding you. It's coming in, it's slowly coming in, but it is coming in. So just hang tight there. With that being said, you got two cards that definitely show endings. So you've got the death card here, and this represents you, which is good because it's the high vibrational side of death, right? It is you welcoming in the endings, which is what you're being guided toward anyway. So when things start moving funny, right? When you start noticing little conflicts or friction or whatever it is, it's intentional. It's your sign to let it go. The old is dying, but not just so that an ending can happen and you're just left with nothing. It's making space for something else to grow. Think about it like this: you're clearing the field. If you plant anything, it's like clearing this little space in your garden so that you can start planting new seeds, right? You need the weeds to be pulled out so that you can start fresh. That's what's happening. I finally got there. Okay. In your environment, you're seeing little flickers of what you're wanting being offered to you. It's intentional. So you're seeing seeds of potential for what it is that you want to grow in this world. It's like it's being offered to you at this time, or the space or the opportunity. Your previous reading, your previous spread had pay attention to the synchronicities. So you're seeing them. All of that is in your environment right now. So pay attention and follow the breadcrumbs, follow the little trail. You're not going to get the whole journey as an answer from spirit. If anybody gets the entire journey, let me know, because all I ever see are breadcrumbs. Okay. So that's what you're getting right now. Little breadcrumbs. You take your next steps and the rest will start being revealed as you move. Your past energy was connected to a lot of, there's a lot of entanglements. So it's either a lot of people, a lot of responsibilities. It's being connected but also that those connections are stressing you out. It's almost like you're trying to connect internally, but there's so much noise going on. And it's like whatever is going on in this jumbled mess, it's like people are, I said people, it could be situations, but it's a situation or people that say that they really need you, they need your help, they can't do it without you. You know, if you don't help them, they'll starve or something, you know. I'm being dramatic, but that's kind of how people's energy can tug at you when they are not willing to do the work for themselves and they want you to do it for them. Or you just have too many irons in the fire. That's what this is looking like. So that's the energy that you're leaving. And it feels like it's causing you to have to sneak and do some things that you want to do for yourself, even if it's just rest. It's like you have to hoard things away. So think about it like if you really just need to sleep, using that example, it's almost like you're telling people, oh yeah, I have something to do, I have a meeting to get to, or whatever, knowing that you're just going home to sleep because that's what you actually need. This is the did I tell you who she was? This is the Queen of Wands. This is the King of Pentacles on the back side, right? And on this side, he keeps things for himself. His kingdom is still running. Everybody is still good, but he's definitely going to make sure that he has some stuff for himself. So I feel like that's what you're doing now. That's more your energy. Going forward, though, there's some more challenges coming up. Keep in mind it's intentional. We saw the Two of Swords earlier, and this is the Page of Swords. On this side, it's like he's looking for a safe spot to land. This is more you trying to figure out how to walk the path that you're trying to walk. Yes, this is you taking your step into your new era. This is really what this is. And I say that because this is a page. Pages are learners, they start fresh. Sometimes your starts are rocky, they really are. And in order to know what it is that you actually need to do, say it's for business or say, you know, you're starting school, sometimes in order to know what you actually need, you have to have your false starts first, or start and try to go in one direction and realize that it doesn't work, or it only works if you do it like this, you know, whatever it is. But that's the energy that this is right now coming up. So don't let that discourage you. Also know that it's very difficult to begin things in this type of year when there's so many things closing, because that's the energy that spirit is in right now. Shutting doors, closing what doesn't work, it's just closing things down. So if you're trying to begin things right now and you're going through difficulties, or if you tried in the past um, and you went through difficulties, keep in mind that it's just the energy of this year. Things are closing, stopping, shutting down, etc. Things will pick up for you soon. But your advice is the high priestess. The high priestess tunes in, okay? The high priestess checks in with herself. She's the one with the secrets, and she doesn't talk, not unless she needs to, and not unless the person is worthy. So she's not just going to leak out her information and what it is that she wants to do, her plans, her goals, her dreams, whatever. She's keeping that to herself. But when I say she's tapped in, she's got the cosmos right behind her. So any information that it is that she needs, she's directly getting that from the divine. And so are you. Signs and synchronicities. You're being guided to what steps to take. And if you're not taking any steps forward because you're waiting for the entire path to be revealed to you, just take the first steps. Take the steps that you're being guided toward right now. Other things will be worked out as you start moving. Your outcome, I know this looks crazy. I know this looks crazy at the Ten of Swords, right? But on this side, it is just endings, period. That is the outcome. We already saw in the previous spread, nothing will come of this. So there's something that has to end. You're being guided toward two things, is what I see. Ending what needs to end, stopping the toxic whatever, whether it's a toxic job, toxic family, toxic partners, friends, whatever it is, you're being guided to stop that. And you're also being guided toward where you need to go. So you're getting both answers right now. And like I said, more will be revealed to you as you continue on. And just because I want to know for sure, let's try to pull something on the Ten of Swords. Okay, I had about sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but it's a spirit is funny. Dehydration. Something is being starved. Listen, I tried to pull out one. I was trying to pull this card. It says less is more, but also there's an order to things. It's just kind of reminding me of what I was saying earlier. Um, go in order. You may see the whole picture, but when you start traveling that road, your path may end up looking different and you will still get to the same goal, right? Think about traveling. This is an easier metaphor. If you want to get to, um, if you want to get to Brooklyn from Florida, you can't just be in Brooklyn. It does not work like that. Whether you take the train, a plane, or an automobile, you still have to go through the correct steps to get there, right? You still have to go through all the different states, no matter which path you take. So you may start off thinking that you want to fly because you want to get there. You're not trying to deal with anything else, right? The gas and all that stuff, the stops, how many days it takes to travel, hotel stays. You might not want to deal with all that, but you may end up being rerouted because right now flying is just flying is just kind of hectic right now, right? And you're also being told to be resilient. Okay. So when you start coming on this energy, seeing that it's so, you may not be a very patient person. If you're like me, I'm not real patient either. But when things take too much time, when I already know what it is that I want, I get very frustrated. I'm working on it. But be resilient because you know that this is coming. Be resilient because you know new beginnings take some time and you have to work out the kinks before things start ironing out and looking good. Okay. And I just want to pull at least one card from this oracle just to see if your spirit team has any more advice. Hmm. Listen. Okay, that's a lot more than I wanted, but let's read it anyways. This immediately reminded me of you stepping into your power. This purple candle card, this it says here, it represents royalty, intuition, making your decisions and being confident with them. Freeze them. I immediately thought about whatever situation it is that needs to be shut down. It's probably something that is just calling and pulling at your attention. Listen, I'm getting this Queen of Wands energy on the backside where it's just, if this is people, they just can't stop. There's always a problem. They always need your help. They're just there and you always feel guilty, right? It's something like that. So you're being asked to freeze that out of your life. Coffin nails. It's just another indicator of endings, right? They represent a lot of things, but in this context, that is exactly what I'm seeing, endings. And you also have astrology, which is talking about the timing. That's exactly what this time is for. Endings. And I feel like spirit is just reminding you that if things are difficult right now, if things are stressing you out right now, if you weren't expecting all of this friction, if you weren't expecting to have to transform like all these aspects of your life at one time, um, just understand that this is what this year does bring. And I get it. I feel like for some people, they were probably not expecting to have to do all of this right now. It's like little things that you knew were bothering you, but I feel the energy of someone just trying to keep the peace. That's a better way of saying it. I was going to say something else, but someone just trying to keep the peace in multiple areas of life. And now it's like you can't keep doing that because it's inconvenient. It's costing a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of stress. You're pouring from a near empty cup to try to keep the peace. It will almost be more peaceful to you, more beneficial to you to let those things go. Okay. I mean, within reason now. Don't be out there, giving up your livelihood because it's aggravating. Make sure you have a plan, but it's becoming inconvenient. If you're trying to keep hanging on, you're seeing the signs of it just kind of draining you. So follow that because it's there for a reason. That feeling is there for a reason. Okay? All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will catch up with y'all soon. Okay? Hope this helped. Take care. Bye.